Cops in one village have been convicted of 70 crimes. Hey race, if there were better jobs to be had, city police officers in this Bering Strait village say they'd apply for them. But working as a I made a change in my life. I don't use drugs. ProPublica and the Anchorage Daily News reported Thursday that, a violation of state hiring requirements. In 8 other communities in Stebbins, all 7 officers working as of July 1 had pleaded guilty or no contest in more than 70 criminal cases, spanning decades. Together, they have. Stebbins officials say they have no choice but to hire officers with convictions because few people apply for the low-paying, part-time jobs. In interviews, some of the officers said that, while they understand the concern about hiring officers who have criminal records, they believe they have turned their lives around and deserve another chance. I am not the same person I used to be. I went to jail, and below is a list of officers and the charges for which each was convicted or that resulted in the officer pleading guilty or no contest. Charges are Start date October 15, 2018. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 407 days. Officer's response: in a brief conversation with a reporter, Mike acknowledged that he has a criminal record but drove off without answering additional questions. He also blocked her. Start date June 1, 2019. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 35 days. Officer's response: Kirk said that working as a VPO is stressful and that he would find another job, if one were available in the village. He said it could be a. Start date August 4, 2018. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 286 days. Officer's response: Matthias said that nobody wants to work as a VPO, but he is doing so to feed his children. He said he was if others believe they could do a better job keeping the community of Stebbins safe, they should do so, he said. Did you stop anybody from killing themselves? Have you went to an art? Start date July 17, 2018. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 757 days. Officer's response: Alaska said he is related to half of the community, meaning he must constantly police his relatives. It gets hard. Alaska said he helped recruit many of the current VPOs, people who would not be intoxicated on the job and would work hard for the community. We are doing good. When he was younger, Alaska said he had escaped from custody. But he said it had. Start date January 1, 2019. Time incarcerated in jails or prison 1 day. Officer's response: Okatkin said he does not believe his conviction should prevent him from working as a VPO because it was not a felony charge. The work is difficult. Start date February 1, 2017. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 292 days. Officer's response: Ecoman said he has worked on and off as a Stebbins police officer for years and is the only current officer who received formal law enforcement training. He's lost count. To help out the community is good for me and my family, Ecoman said. Start date December 14, 2018. Time incarcerated in jails or prisons 194 days. Officer's response: Nashawanak acknowledged making mistakes, but he said, I am trying to change my ways and better my life.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no